Hi, I'm Riya and welcome back to a new video on Riyalizations with
Ritwik.
So for those of you who don't know, I graduated from IIM Bangalore in 2024 and this is my brother. He's a student here right now in his second year and we are on campus and we thought of walking around the campus showing you the most beautiful places while answering the most requested questions that we get. So this is a proper AMA. So Ritwik, ready to answer some questions?
Let's jump right in.
Okay. So I've divided all the questions into pre-admissions related to profile CAT. Then the second is academics and pressure at IIMB. Then there's internships and placements. And then there's finally a fun section. Okay, so let's get started with the pre-MBA, pre-CAT admissions and profile questions. So the first question is, does your 10th, 12th and UG grade still matter if your CAT score is really, really good? What does a genuinely competitive profile look like at a B school like this?
For the shortlist and even the final convert, there's a composite score that is calculated for every student, and the composite score comprises of 10th, 12th, UG, your work-ex, and as well as the quality of your work-ex, not just your CAT score, and again CAT score as well. So yes, all these matter.
So no matter how good your CAT score is, if your 10, 12 UG grades are not good, that will negatively affect your composite score. So I've seen a lot of people who have 100 percentiler or close, very close to 100.
At 100, you get a direct shortlist at IIMB, but anything like less than that will not like guarantee you a shortlist at IIMB.
Yes. And the vice versa is also true. If you have a very good 10, 12 UG score and okayish CAT score, 98, by okayish I mean 98, 99 touching, then also you could get a
Sure, you would, and also a convert as well.
So the next part was, what does a genuinely competitive profile look like at IIMB?
At IIMB, honestly, like the last I know is like greater than like the number of 999 profile was greater than 100 in my batch. So you would know what the competition is like usually. It's really very competitive, and generally most of the people who come here have a good UG college as well, like a very good UG college.
NIT, IITs, BITS.
So I think the number explicitly was NIT, BITS and SRCC was 55% in a batch of 600. So you know how competitive it is. And again, like the people who are not from like these colleges,
IITs.
let's say beyond that, triple ITs or something like that, even after that, like people have worked at really good places. That is a good marker, or I would say like most of the people are from like good companies or good colleges. So yeah, it is really competitive. Not that you can't get in with a tier 3 college, but yeah, you would have to highlight your profile with something.
Yeah, that's what the average is like.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is about GEM fresher problems. Is a 99.5 percentile CAT score enough if I'm a general engineering male fresher, or is the like odd stack completely against you?
Again, some part of it is answered by a composite score. Again, your profile matters a lot. Even if at 99.5 you don't have a good enough 10th and 12th score and you don't cross the cutoff for the composite score, you won't get a call. But if your profile is really great, like my batch approximately had 15 odd percent freshers. So yeah, freshers do get in.
And general engineering male freshers also get in, but for them, yeah, it is genuinely the hardest.
Yes, honestly, yes.
Next is everything that happens after you've given CAT. What happens after you get your CAT percentile? If it's good, what happens? How do you get to know that you've been shortlisted for an interview? How do you show up? Do you show your resume or not? What's the GD VAT process like? What happens? Loans, interest? So basically everything after CAT.
Sure. So once you write CAT, like you get a tentative score and then a final percentile that you're getting. Like this is
normalized basis your slot.
Yeah, just after you get that, or at the same time when you get the percentile, you start to get your calls. So let's say I think like this last in the end of December, IIM Code, IIM Lucknow start to give out calls, and
it's not a phone call. It's an email.
It's an email where they say that you have been shortlisted for the VAT PI process or the GDPI process, and you're given a specific date. Also, a lot of colleges have forms where you have to fill like your personal details, your academic details, as well as SOP and particular questions. Like they need a specific question to be answered. Let's say they have a specialization, so they would like to answer why do you want to go for that specific specialization. Let's say at IIM Lucknow there's a agriculture specialization. for that. Even if there's no specialization, I remember IIM Kozhikode and multiple other colleges have questions where they want to test or understand your personality better. So IIMB had a SOP for that same. So after you get an interview shortlist, then you're required to fill these forms. You're given a date for your personal interviews. So generally, you would get a hotel like where you are called for an interview, or if you have chosen the city where the campus itself is, like let's say you're in Bangalore and the campus itself is in Bangalore, you would be called in the interview for the interview to the campus itself. Then,
one thing here, you said you'll be given a hotel. No, so you have to sponsor the travel, flights, accommodation on your own. You just have to show up at the hotel.
Sorry,
where the interview happens. Yeah.
Then you show up at the place for the interview.
And GD.
Interview and GD. Interview,
sorry.
GD or VAT. Like some colleges have a GD. I did not have colleges that had a GD. So at the interview process, first thing is document verification. Then a VAT. Some places in a closed setup, some places in an open setup. Like interview room itself, like they take the VAT in the interview itself, or the common place. Let's say an auditorium or something. Then you move to the personal interview, and you're allowed to go home. Then in a month or so, like different timelines for different colleges, you get the result that you were either selected, waitlisted, or not selected.
Yes. So that's the whole process. And everything about the loans, scholarships, they happen much later. So for loan, you could, like, once you've gotten the offer letter, the bank starts reaching out. Or if you don't have the initial token money to fix your seat, then you
can get a loan. Yeah, you can start the loan as soon as you get your convert, I think.
Yes. Scholarships, they happen later. And
it's a very, very simple and straightforward process once you get a convert at any of the top B schools or any B school for that. It's a fairly straightforward process to get a loan.
But I've also made a very detailed video on loans and scholarships that I'll be linking in the description, so you can check it out, because that's a very long, detailed explanation needed here. Yes. Okay, so the next question is, what was your personal interview experience like? What were the questions asked? You go first, then I'll speak about mine.
So, since I'm at IIMB, so I vividly remember my IIMB experience. So there were 2 interviews. Generally, you have 2 or 3 or sometimes even 5 as well. So in my FMS interview, I had 5 or 7 interviewers, but generally the number is 3 to 7, and it varies. I wouldn't say it's constant around. I'll take a specific example of my IIMB experience. It still starts with tell me about yourself, and they then pick up things like, one thing is, like, most colleges would have a questionnaire that you had to fill up or an SOP. So they have a general sense of who you are, where you have studied, where you have worked. I think they read. I think every place that I went to, they had read my answers or my SOP before I entered the room. So before the next candidate enters, they take some time to read. So they have a sense, and they also have a sense of what they need to ask you. So they let you be in a position that you can talk and begin speaking. So the topics that generally cover are, one would be work experience, like generally work experience. Then, like, if you just completed your graduation, or it has been just 1 or 2 years after your graduation, I'm sure that you will get questions related to your UG subjects. Let's say for me, I was a computer science engineer, so I got subjects related to database, operating system. I think that was the core of my interview, most of my interview. WorkX and UG subjects. Then the third bucket would be general awareness. What are the things that are happening that, like, let's say general stuff, but again a twist or a hint of business in it. Like, do you know something about this merger? So there's a hint of business acumen there as well. We know
not just news, but a business angle question.
Yes. So third would be current awareness, and then to engage more, they also ask about your interests. What else have you done apart from your work, education, and your general awareness?
Closely similar for me. A few interviews started with tell me about yourself. Some did not start with tell me about yourself. They directly jumped to the SOP that I had written and maybe just picked up a line from somewhere. For example, I remember in one of the interviews, they directly started with, you're already a manager, because my post at Tata Steel was manager, something. And why do you want to do an MBA? Because you're already a manager. What will change? Some started with that. But the more conventional ones, started with tell me about yourself, then some deep questions about Tata Steel, about the steel industry, about what specifically do I do, what's my role like, then a few questions about electronics and communication engineering, because that was my branch. about networking, about operating systems, about the application layers and things like that. And I couldn't answer a few. And then finally, some questions about like general puzzles. Okay, what would you do in a situation like this?
Yes. Situational questions as well. Yes.
Yeah. So this was basically.
And some interviews can be random as well. Like not all questions or interviews start and go very linearly. So some could be really tricky questions to understand. How do you answer when you don't know something, or there's not a definitive answer to something like that. So those questions and those situations also happen.
Quickly you think on your feet.
Also, how do you react to something like that? Do you fluster, or do you get flustered, or like you can hold your composure in a situation like that, or say that I don't know something.
Yeah, pretty much it. Now we are moving on to the second part, which is internships and placement prep and everything after getting into a B school. So if you could explain how the summer internship shortlists work, and what is it that consulting, IB, product management, PVC companies look for?
For summers, we say it's almost written where you'll get in. You just don't know which company, but it's almost written where you'll get in. Because when you enter the campus, there's just 1 or 2 months before your CV is locked. So there's not a lot of work that you can do to enhance your CV after coming for an MBA. It's almost done. It's just the way you can write those points is the difference you can create after coming, or any case competitions that you can win in these 2 months.
Or a few positions of responsibility that you can get on campus.
But except for that, like your CV or resume is almost done before coming. Your 10th score, your 12th score, the work ex points, the PORs, awards and achievements, and extracurriculars. So there's not a lot you can add after coming in here. So let's say,
what kind of profiles get shortlisted?
So you generally see, like, it's not a shocker. People generally know what would happen, because let's say you're a CA and a CFA. What generally happens is every resume or every recruiter is looking for markers in your profile. So somebody who has already worked in consulting, let's say a back-end consulting, not exactly a front-end consulting. So that's a very big marker to say that a person is interested in consulting and also have a prior relevant work ex. Somebody who's already worked in finance at a smaller role, that's the biggest marker, who's already a CA. So would be a good fit for a finance role. Somebody who's already done their CFA level 1 or 2. So it tells you that the person is interested in that. Somebody who's already worked in tech would maybe align with a chance of getting into a product or something. So this one would be the markers of where they've already worked. Second greatest one would be again their scores.
Academics. There are certain sectors that heavily look for academics.
So let's say the most coveted roles, like as far as people say on campus, would be the fin roles, IB roles, and the consulting roles. So consulting is very, very heavy on your let's say past grades. So even if your work ex is not directly relevant, so consulting company would work with diverse industries. So any industry that you have worked in, but if you show that you're good at spikes, like whatever you want to call it, let's say you have done very good in your 10, 12 UG, and you have been consistent. You have been a rank holder
in your UG.
So it is a great
indicator that you are very good at whatever you do, and that is the trait that they are looking for, that you give your all wherever you worked or studied.
Tier 1 consulting companies would again look for your UG 10, 12 UG scores. The place that you have worked at would be the biggest markers for you to get a shortlist. For fin companies, CA or someone who has been from a very good college and has done a CFA would be someone who would get a shortlist, or he has already worked in finance in some sort or the other way, would get a finance shortlist.
Or even internships if you're a fresher, an intern in maybe a finance domain, or a BCom with honors in anything related to commerce maybe.
Yes. Then for product, companies generally look for higher work ex people. It was a norm. Most probably it is a norm in the industry that, let's say, Microsoft would have a basic criteria of
3 years plus.
2 years for Microsoft, Sprinkler 36 months. So you would know that product companies are looking for prior work ex in product, tech or developer, coding, and then they want people who already have work ex. So that would be that. Generally, marketing and sales company would be open for both freshers and people with work experience. I don't think I'll be I would say there's a pattern that I could find who are the people that will get a shortlist for a marketing company. But I think they were open for most people. But they were biased towards freshers, but not sure. I wouldn't be they'll be in the best position to comment on what like the company's let's say of marketing and sales company.
And same is the case with general management. They are also open to all kinds of profiles, fresher, or with experience, and even diverse experiences. So an addition to this question is, what kind of shortlist did you get with your profile?
Okay, so I got a Nestle shortlist, sales and marketing role. It was a sales and marketing role. So then the next was I got a shortlist at Goldman Sachs, which was a risk and analytics role. Again, like I would like to tell how did I get this short. Nestle, I would say ki they have like it was a generic shortlist in terms of as I said, ki they are open for work experienced people as well as
Freshers.
let's say a fresher. For Goldman Sachs, my previous work at Oracle was very relevant. So it was
Banking
related to risk analytics, banking, finance. So I think it was that. I got a shortlist at Accenture Strategy, and I think that was related to, since I worked in consulting before, the work the work that I was doing at Oracle was of the designation of associate technical consultant. So I think that was relevant to that. Then I got a shortlist at Amex. I think again it was related to product, or let's say since I was working at Oracle as a data engineer. Again, both roles are same. Associate consultant is the designation, and data engineer was a specific role that I was doing at Oracle. Then I had a shortlist at Hexaware on day 0, and again it was a technical company looking for a project manager kind of role, and I think that again my background at Oracle was the reason. So these are the day 0 shortlists I had.
Okay, and in my case, I got no shortlists other than consulting. I don't know, was it because my work experience, which was in the core steel industry, was not particularly relevant with anything directly, and only the consulting firms were okay enough to give me a shot or to see if her work ex or her acumen aligns with the kind of diverse roles that they were looking for. Now coming to some fun and friendship related questions. How is friendship like at IIMB, and also after IIMB, do you finally stick around with friends, like the friends you make here?
So I think you would be a better person to answer that. I'm still in my second year. But
with the first part, we both can answer.
So for me, I would be a little biased because I found a very good set of friends. I don't know if it is the case with everyone. So like we can share our experience. So my experience has been very nice. So I got a very good set of friends. So
Even begin answering this question, I will again start with it depends, because it depends on the kind of person you are. For me, throughout my life, I have been very individualistic. I've never had a proper group. That's a problem with me. And I've always had 1 or 2 very close friends from all the places that I've been to, be it school, be it NIT, be it Tata Steel, be it anywhere. Just 1 or 2 close friends that I've stayed in touch with throughout my life, and exactly that pattern repeated at IIMB. So it's my problem, not anything.
No, I wouldn't say it is a problem. It's a characteristic that you have.
Yeah. So I
personality that you have, that you gel up. You're able to, let's say, relate or with
connect only with smaller groups. I am not able to accommodate a group because when you are a part of a group, you have to be available for everyone. You have to show up. And vice versa, of course, they also do that for you. So yeah, I just have like a bunch of 3 to 4 friends from IIMB who are closest to me. We stay in touch occasionally. Of course, everyone has busy lives now because career, life, family. But people I know that I can call and they would show up whenever I need help. And before Ritwik begins to answer his question, the pattern is the same. He's always had groups. He's always been the person who shows up for everyone, and he's okay to take the trade-off. And I
don't think there's a trade-off.
There is okay. Ritwik. There is.
In terms of?
I'll tell you. And before you came to IIMB, I was almost sure that you will get a group here also. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, it has been really nice. So one difference that I saw after I came here in terms of friendship, as I told, I have a very good friend group. But something else that I saw was, honestly, people are in a little haste here. Like most people here wouldn't sit around you and then listen to your story, because everyone has to be somewhere else. Let's say even when I'm sitting here, I know the next hour or the next 30 minutes, where do I have to be? So that always goes on your mind. Let's say, what do I mean by that is, I know I have a project group where I need to go. I know I have a pre-read that I need to do for tomorrow. I know I have to meet a certain specific person because I need to get some information for them. I know there's a, let's say, club thing that I need to do. So always, every person that you're meeting, you are thinking of the next place that you need to go. So sometimes it happens that you would want to hear
Talk.
someone's story, be there for someone, but it's very hectic in the sense that you have so much lined up that so we are not always available like we were in UG, because there was less things to do, or let's say
more free time.
So we would sit and listen to stories
and just do nonsense stuff, talk about things that aren't actually useful, but they help you bond.
And I think bonding depends on giving time to each other. So if you don't have the time available to give someone time and listen to their story, listen to their sorrows, so there would be a layer, or there would be some distance in that friendship. So to be really honest, I see that.
And the fact that people say that friendships are transactional here, those are also related to that very same point, because if you have to get 10 things done and you need to reach out to 10 people for that, and you have limited time, then maybe with some people you will only talk about that specific thing and get done and move on to your next task. Then there's this question about mental health, imposter syndrome, the honest social realities of the life in such a prestigious B school, but with pressure.
So the first thing would be, it's a very close space, like 1200 people, and mostly like people go out, yes, but it is a close space. You are day in out, you live here, you sleep here, you play here, everything, like 90% of your life in those 2 years is lived inside the campus. So it is a first thing is it is a closed space. So if it's very easy to, let's say, be in the bubble and think like
and think that this is the
reality, this is the reality, this is your world, these are the people that like really matter to, like these are the only people that matter, these are the people whose opinion matter. If someone said something nice, bad, good, bad, anything, like this is all what matters. But it is not true. It's like if you have one needs to stay in touch with the reality outside. You have a family outside, you may have friends outside, so you have to stay in touch. Second is about mental health. So like there are tough phases, honestly there are tough phases, because one would be when you start off an MBA, the imposter syndrome is real for everyone, even the smartest. Because one thing that I believed when I came here was the intelligent people are the people who can do it all. But I've realized with time, literally no one can have it all, because it's a simple equation. You have limited time. You have to prioritize. Anybody who tries to do it all will get burned out very, very easily, because it's just not possible. You cannot like work out and then not sleep at night being with friends. So you have to work out and then sleep. So if you sleep, you're not available at night. Parties, something like that. There's a trade-off, very, very clear trade-off. So like you cannot do everything. So you can do a flavor of all of it in different phases of your life. So this is a phase that I'm actually trying to, let's say, push on my academics. So the other things would be sidelined. This is a phase where I'm like focusing a little more on my health. So I need to rest more. I need to, let's say,
eat on time. I need to sleep on time. So maybe I'll not be able to go out with my friends so much.
Go out that often, yes. If I'm preparing, so I wouldn't be available around to walk, or let's say roam around on campus, chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends.
If you're like focusing on case competitions, maybe academics could take a hit. Or if you're like hell bent on academics, then maybe you would not have a very good social life or sports or other things. So the trade-off is real, and if someone tries to do it all, then maybe they feel burnt out, or sometimes it's not even the fact that you're trying to do it all. Maybe sometimes it's comparison. Maybe it's sometimes comparing your page 1 with someone's page 100. You don't know. Maybe they already have a background in that thing that you're comparing with the other for.
I would say comparison is the most real thing here. Everybody is comparing themselves to others. The shortlist, the CGPA, because a lot of things really direct your life. So the shortlist that you get would land you into an internships. The CGPA that you get would get you again a placement, an exchange college. So it becomes real to compare yourselves with other. Even small things as someone winning a case competition, you would compare yourself and think like, I'm lagging behind. Somebody won, somebody getting a better shortlist, somebody getting a better internship, somebody getting a better placement. Like you start comparing, like why is this happening to me? Am I really that bad? Or like we started at the same place, like what's the difference? Maybe he's from a better college, like things like that. He's like naturally smart. Am I not smart? Am I not athletic enough? Am I not like pretty enough? Whatever it is. So the comparison is real, because you're sitting just beside to a person that almost cracked the same exam, you're at the same place, but they've come from two very different places, two very different backgrounds. Somebody, let's say, doing better in a finance subject, not from finance. I would also like to do better, but like both of us like,
Are
because
not
since
at
the
the same
starting point are very different, like even if we put the same amount of effort, we can't be at the same page. But it gets very easy to forget all of this and just compare the final outcome.
Yeah, just the objective things which are very easy to compare. But there's a silver lining to this. Once these 2 years are over and you're back to the real world, people get back to their own lives. I think the comparison stops a little, it reduces a little. In my case, it did.
Wouldn't it be too early to say that?
Maybe, but the fact that the bubble that we were talking about, once you are out of that bubble, you have your own life to focus on. You are not meeting 500 people every day. You're not in like this close touch with everyone's life or their achievements or their failures, or just the fact that you get much more busier in life. You have your career to focus on, you have your health to take care of, your hobbies, and it's not possible to stay in touch with everyone, and that's a good thing also. Okay, so we are done with all questions related to academics, admissions and all. Now there are some questions about our bonding or things like that. What advice did you give him before he joined, and has he taken any of it actually?
Okay.
Do you remember the advice I gave you when
one of the best advice I think I got was to prioritize, because as we discussed, you cannot do it all, and you'll get the feeling that maybe if I plan better, maybe if I work a little harder, maybe I'm a little more smart, I would be able to do it all. But I know that is not possible. Let's say, so you make a list of 10 things and then scratch out 5 and then see what is something that you will not regret. So for me personally, the feeling of regret is very, very high in my life. So I regret a lot. So then I ask myself the question, what is something that I would not regret? Like, if I do not get this, would I regret it or not? So it clearly helps me get to do the things that are important to me. Let's say, so for me, going on exchange was very, very important. So I knew 2 semesters would be very crucial, or 2 terms would be very crucial for that. So even at times I had to sacrifice a few things, but since I was very clear on my priority that this is, if 2 things, like I can play sports and then I can focus a little bit on my academics, so this is the place that I want to be.
Yeah, because just for those who don't know, to go on exchange, your term 1 and term 2 marks have to be high, because you get your college allotted based on your term 1 and term 2 CGPA. Hence the focus on academics. The other advice that I remember giving was that use this opportunity as a blank slate. Like, I know a lot of what you believe is based on what you've lived till now, and maybe there are some insecurities, there are some things that you feel you could have done better in the past. I wanted you to forget all of that and start afresh and think of all the possible opportunities that this place could offer, and then pick those ones without remembering what has happened in the past.
Makes sense. Good advice. Still good advice.
Okay, so one thing you envy about his batch's IIMB experience versus yours. Is there anything that I envy? Maybe just the fact that he has a friend group. I envy that. One thing you do completely differently if you could swap and live each other's IIMB experience. Anything that you want from my IIMB experience? No? Again,
yeah, like not necessarily your life, but maybe I think I had time. I could have studied well. Like, that is a regret I always have in my life. So like, I don't know necessarily I would want from your life or something like that, but I could have studied better than.
At IIMB? Okay. But you still got a decent exchange. Okay, you feel you could have like scored even higher. Yes. Okay. Anything that I want from your IIMB experience? Maybe that experience that comes from having a sister who's already been through it, so you know that itna pressure nahi lena hai, itna tension nahi lena hai.
But I don't think it helps, because your profile is your profile, your marks are your marks. So I don't necessarily think, because you go through the complete process alone. Even though you have all the information, you have to bear the consequences of what you do. So you can't rest on, let's say all of your experience. No one can rest on your experience, because I have to like build on my profile.
100% agree, but that's the only thing I could think of, so I said that. Okay. So did I set a bar that made it harder or easier for you to get in, or for things related to MBA? Have I made your life easier or harder? is basically the question.
Like when I see those reels, like first in my bloodline to visit this country, I can never say that.
You cannot make those reels.
I could never say that. Like it would be a lie. Because you have been
because
to,
the first in my bloodline is
yeah,
this.
your first
so
bloodline.
you're sad that you can't make those reels.
Not the reels, but yeah, because like you have been there, you have done all of that. So let's say when I think of exchange or let's say going abroad, because it was a dream for all of us. I have been abroad once, but still, like Europe was a dream.
Yeah.
Europe is different, and being a student and traveling is very different. Working someplace, it's a very different thing. So like you were the first person to go.
So you'd say I've taken away the joy or made it harder?
No, not harder, but let's say the novelty. Let's say the novelty is less.
100% agreed. 100% agreed.
Let's say when I tell my parents that I'm going to foreign country, so like they know all of it. What happens? How much time does it take? How much money does it cost?
So they may even remember.
We are even going to the same city. In France. So yeah. So it's not very novel, let's say, for our parents. So let's say my father has never been here in my tenure, let's say the last 1 year. So if I think I was the first person, he would have come.
Bring him here.
But like there's no novelty.
Multiple times.
There's no novelty that so our parents are living that IIMB journey again 2 times. Yeah.
So not hard, not easy, just that there's less novelty.
Yes.
Okay, very क्या कहते हैं इसको? Very diplomatic answer.
Diplomatic क्यों? सच है. सच ही है ना भाई. हम सोचते हो रही थे कि first in my bloodline to do MBA, first in my bloodline to ये कुछ भी नहीं बोल सकते.
In one of his videos, he mentioned that he joined MBA hoping to get answers to his questions, but now he feels even more lost than ever. What did the entire 1 year IIMB journey and his internship feel that he had to say this?
So one thing that I truly believe in is that money solves money problem, college related problem. Let's say when you go to a good college, there's a difference between a good and bad college. So you would get benefits or infrastructure or opportunity that a college can solve, a good college can solve. It does not sort out your life. So you have to sort out, let's say, what industry do you want to work in, what field that you want to work in, what are the people that you want to work with. So everything is unanswered. Okay,
those were the last serious questions or the long questions we have. Just a quick rapid fire. We have to answer as fast as we can. Okay, pakka nahi sochna hai zyada. Rate each other's intelligence on a scale of 0 to 10. Fast.
8.
7.5.
Okay.
Rate each other's fitness.
6.
You're giving me a 6.
Okay.
You're giving me a 6. Okay, then I'll give you 7.
Okay.
Who did better in the first term, CGPA wise? What was your CGPA?
नहीं बता.
3 point.
नहीं तुमसे कम था. मेरा था हाँ मेरा second term में बहुत बढ़िया था.
Okay, so it was me.
Second term भी पूछो.
ठीक है. Who did better in term 2? Okay. What is one personality trait of the other that you'd never want?
She is very selfish.
Okay. He's very judgmental. Who handles pressure better? I'd say you.
Okay.
What do you say? Okay. What's the most annoying thing about having a sibling who went to the same college?
People believe that she guides me a lot, but I have no guidance. Like I am more clueless than other people. Because other people are reaching out to seniors, getting to know about things. She does not remember anything from her time, and I really do not reach out to anyone.
Okay. If you had to describe each other in the words of the IIMB professor giving feedback, what would it be? Okay, so basically you have to give me feedback in like fancy language or without using bad words. गंदी है बंदी नहीं बोलना है.
Use your brain more often.
Okay. And?
ऐसे मजाक था. This is a joke.
Okay.
इसे होता है कि use your brain more often. अभी ये बोल रहे हैं.
Okay.
Speak up.
Speak up?
नहीं. I don't have either. क्या बोलते हैं professor?
Or in general,
do a bit of nation building. Do something for the society.
Okay. I'm doing that.
Do something for the society. You are in this prestigious place.
Okay, let me try to do that. Live a little. Don't take everything so seriously. I think that applies.
Who'll
to me.
pay up my loan? Who'll pay my loan?
You have an elder sister. So we hope we answered all your questions. If they remain, then you can drop them again in the comments and maybe we'll do a part 2. And we hope this was helpful. Any last parting words? Good thing, bad thing, who knows? Bye bye.
Hi, I'm Ritwik, Riya का छोटा भाई.
Hi, I am Riya. Ritwik की बड़ी बहन.
Junior Realization. ऐसा मतलब किसी तुम बोलो कि अलग हो. Realization Junior.
Thank you everyone. These are my Patreon.
अभी ये तो ऐसे दिखाते 4 लिंक इधर, 4 लिंक इधर.
एक लिंक इधर, एक लिंक इधर.